Hi, I'm Janelle. Welcome to this week's episode of Magis Moments. No matter where we are in our relationship with Christ, there's always room to go deeper. This is the essence and the backdrop of this video series, so thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to cover the first key meditation of Ignatian spiritual exercises. It's called the Principle and Foundation. We've already covered a lot of groundwork for this meditation, and our practices so far of living in God's love, appreciating His ongoing creation through us and all around us, turning to Him in prayer, and recognizing some of the things that pull us away from our focus on His love. So we're going to spring right into the meditation, but just a couple of notes before we go. A little note about Ignatian meditation is it is not an emptying of the mind. Instead, it's a one-pointed focus on God in our life and on filling up, instead of emptying, filling up with God's love. As we start this meditation, I invite you to maybe reach for a candle and light it to set beside your seat. If you don't have one handy, we're going to shine the video on a candle here so you can softly gaze at that instead. Go ahead and take your time finding a quiet place to sit and letting go of any distractions, kind of placing them to the side. So in a quiet space, feel your seat and back against the chair, your feet against the ground, and your natural breath coming in and going out. Soften your eyes, perhaps gently gazing at the candle flame. Remember that God loved you first into creation and on purpose, that He continues to love and create through you in each breath, that He is here with you now. Remember that all of God's creations, including you, are true gifts of His love and presence to help you to know Him and His love more easily. Believing in His true love in us and all around us, know that our deepest innate spiritual response and purpose is to return that love in praise, honor, and service to God. Here, perhaps, consider without judgment how you are currently praising, loving, and serving God in your life. So deeply desiring to return God's love, we're called to use all of His gifts respectfully and mindfully, recognizing when we tend to abuse them or when they become the center of our attention instead of Him. Here, perhaps, again without judgment, consider what tends to pull your focus away from God's love. In our lives, then, we seek to hold ourselves in balance before all of God's gifts, cultivating a quality of indifference, not unfeeling or uncaring, but holding God's gifts gratefully, gently, and respectfully, without clinging to them or obsessing over them, resulting in a greater inner freedom to love and to serve. In St. Ignatius's words, we ought not seek health rather than sickness, wealth rather than poverty, honor rather than dishonor, a long life rather than a short one, and so on. Here, perhaps consider how you might find more balance in holding God's gifts more lightly, giving you more inner freedom to love. Summing up now, realizing that God's deep love for us our one true desire is to choose what better leads to his deepening life and love in us and through us and all around us. I invite you to continue to sit here quietly for a little longer in God's presence, noticing whatever arises for you and remembering God's love.